Good morning, Fort McMurray, Wood Buffalo, and the rest of the world. You've tuned in to the Mac City Morning Show. I am your host, Elliot Pierre, and I am super excited about today's guest. But before we get there, we got to talk about gratitude. I want to thank everybody for tuning in today. It warms my heart for everybody who tunes in live and watches the show afterwards. I know you could be doing a million other things with your time, so the fact that you are spending with us means the world to me. On that note, Tanner, hit him with these.
How's she cutting me, loves? You're listening to the Mac City Morning Show.
All right, so today's guest is definitely the youngest guest we've ever had on the show. I'm really excited to talk to him. I've been blown up online. His teachers have reached out to me, his mom's reached out to me, foundations have reached out to me to talk to this guy. So it's going to be a fun one. Get ready for it and get ready to say, "Aw." So I don't introduce my guests, they introduce themselves because they can do a better job. So, hello, young man. Can you please introduce yourself to the people at home?
Hi, my name is Holden, and I'm 9 years old.
Hi, Holden. 9 years old. Okay. So, Holden, 9 years old. What are you doing here today? Why is everybody telling me I got to sit down with this amazing young man?
Well, I saw this movie, and I got really inspired by it, so I sort of wanted to do the same thing.
Okay.
So I sold different types of stuff to make money to get toys for the people in the hospital.
Oh, very cool. So, you've been selling just random things. What kind of things have you been selling to raise money?
I've done a cookie kit and brittle,
Okay.
and my next fundraiser, I'm selling like little cakes.
Oh, really neat. And what kind of things are you, like you're raising money and then you're giving things to the hospital? What kind of things are you giving to the hospital?
Like Lego puzzles, games.
Okay. And so are your gifts that you're giving to the hospital more for children or adults or just everybody?
Everybody, really.
Oh, very cool. That's awesome. And how long have you been doing this now?
Mm, 2 months.
2 months. Okay. And so what kind of things have you given then?
Lego
Yeah.
and gift cards and puzzles and games
Okay. Very cool. And so where are you getting all this stuff from? Are you buying it from stores here? Are you ordering it online? Where are you getting all these gifts from?
well, we get we got most of them from Walmart, but we're also getting them from Save on Foods.
Okay, very cool. So, what school do you go to?
I go to Sister Mary Philip.
Sister Mary Phillips. I know that. You want to hear something cool about Sister Mary Phillips and myself? I actually was the very first kid registered and through the door at Sister Mary Phillips. So, yeah, I am number one when you go back to the history books. I'm the first kid that registered to go to that school, and I'm the first kid who actually saw the building while it was still under construction.
Wow.
I know, I'm old. That's how old I am. So I grew up in Dickensfield. That's where I grew up. I'm born and raised here in Fort McMurray. And my parents still live just around the corner from Sister Mary Phillips. So very cool school that you go to. And what grade are you in? Because you said you were 9. I'm bad with math. So what grade does that put you in?
I'm in grade 4.
In grade 4. Oh wow, that's amazing. So this is pretty cool. This is why people were asking us to talk to this kid, Tanner.
All makes sense to me.
Grade 4, raising money, giving it to people in the hospital. That's amazing. So, do you remember what movie inspired you?
It's Marvel Hero Comics.
Marvel Hero Comics. And where did you view this? Did you see it on TV, on your iPad? Where can people see this show?
You can see it on Disney Plus.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I have a kid myself. He's 6 years old, and he's addicted to his iPad, and he watches everything on it. Disney Plus, kids YouTube, even Netflix. So I have a question for you. I want to see if you're like my kid. Do you prefer to look at content on your iPad or the big TV?
Big TV.
You prefer on the big TV. Let me hear why.
Because you get like you can see it really better.
Okay, no, it's simple. All right, so what is your go-to channel or platform to watch? YouTube, Disney Plus, Netflix? What are you watching the most?
Disney Plus.
Disney Plus. Okay, nice. What's your favorite show on Disney Plus?
Probably all the Marvel movies.
Okay, out of all the Marvel movies, I'm I'm a huge comic book geek from when I was a kid. So, who is your favorite Marvel character?
Iron Man.
Iron Man, Tony Stark. Okay, very cool. What about Iron Man do you like?
I like how he can, like his armor and his suit just like flies to him.
Right.
He needs it.
Yeah, that is really cool. He's really smart as well. My favorite one, hands down, from the Marvel universe, anyways, is Spider Man. I really, really like Spider Man a lot. So now this is, I asked you before the show started, we talked for maybe 2 seconds, and I said to do the sound check. What was your favorite TV show? And I recognize that really makes me old because kids don't always watch TV shows anymore. So you watch, then I had to switch the question up and say, who's your favorite YouTuber? So who is your favorite YouTuber?
Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast. Now, I know who Mr. Beast is. However, I know there's a lot of people my age who have no idea who this gentleman is. So, can you explain to the people at home who Mr. Beast is?
He's a YouTuber and he's technically really, really rich.
Okay. And what does he do with all his YouTube videos?
He puts them up on YouTube so and he has like a lot of subscribers.
Yeah, and he gives away a lot of stuff too. Like yourself. Like he does a lot of charitable work, let's put it that way. Okay, so that's the theme in your life. You really like to give back. So, who's helping you with this? Do you do this on your own? Do you have your parents that are helping you out? Who's your backup system?
Well, my mom helps me out sometimes. She orders all the stuff.
Okay. And maybe you might not know the answer to this. Maybe mom might have to help us out on this. But do you know how much money you've raised so far?
750. I mean 850.
850 bucks? Wow. How you've been collecting this money?
People have just been buying my stuff.
That's amazing. And so how can people get in contact with you to buy stuff? Do you have like a Facebook page or do they just call you mom? How can people buy your stuff?
I have a Facebook page called Heroic Holden.
Hero what, sorry?
Heroic Holden.
Heroic Holden. Okay. And how many subscribers do you have to this Facebook page right now?
Maybe between 230 and 200.
Okay. So a few hundred people. That's amazing. And so they can order whatever you're selling at the time on there. So is this an ongoing thing or do you have like campaigns specifically for certain things?
Well, it keeps on going,
Okay.
but like with different things.
Okay. I love it. I love it. This is so cool. So I was contacted earlier this week by the hospital and they said you went and you dropped off some stuff a few days ago. What was that experience like for you?
Good, and I felt good.
Okay. Nice. Now, how many times have you gone to the hospital to drop things off?
Once.
Just one time. That was the first time that you went. Okay, that's why they were super excited to see you. All right. No, that's super cool, man. Now, 9 years old, obviously you're watching television. You're doing all this amazing stuff at for non-for-profits. What do you like to do in your free time?
I like to go outside and sled and build stuff.
Okay, I love hearing that. That's definitely not the response I was waiting for. So what kind of stuff do you do out? You're sledding and you're building stuff. What kind of stuff are you building outside?
Snowman's, forts.
Nice. You're old school then. I find most kids nowadays are just happy to sit on their iPad, but you like to get out there and do stuff. Very cool. Okay, we have a segment on this show. This is Tanner's segment. Tanner is the producer. You met him earlier. It's called the Mac City Minute. And so he's going to ask you some questions, just like I am, but he's really good at it. So best of luck to you. He might stump you on some of these. So good luck. All right, Tanner, hit him with the Mac City Minute.
Question number 1. What is your favorite thing that you sell?
Lego.
Lego? Let's make question 2 easy then. What is your favorite toy you give away?
Lego again.
There you go. And the third question is, what is your favorite outdoor activity?
Sledding.
Those have been your questions.
There we go. So you're a Lego kid, are you? Okay, so what kind of Lego sets do you have at home?
I have mostly Star Wars ones and Marvel.
Okay. Yeah, it was my dream when I was a kid. My dad never got it for me. Dad was to get the Lego Death Star for Lego. But back in the day, that was hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And my dad's like, yeah, I'm not buying you that. So what is Lego Star Wars set that you have that you think is the coolest?
Probably the X-wing.
Oh, cool. Awesome. Now, when it comes to Star Wars, have you had the chance to look at any of the movies?
I've watched all of them.
All of them, even like the original ones. Okay, what did you think about the original ones?
They're cool.
You thought they were cool. Very interesting. The reason I ask is back in the day, like the technology and how films look now are like so much better. So I find a lot of times when young kids watch like the original ones, it's not as cool. So what about, because the graphics obviously aren't as good. So what about it did you like?
I liked like when Anakin and Obi-Wan Kenobi battled.
Oh yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, I love those battles. Even when my favorite battle is when what's that? What's the guy with the red face? Darth Maul. Darth Maul. When Darth Maul and Obi-Wan Kenobi fought, that is for me the most epic Star Wars battle, for sure. Or even Yoda when Yoda fought. He's so tiny and he can jump around. I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't ready for that. So as far as video games are concerned, I have to. You must be playing some form of video games. What's the platform? You PlayStation guy, Xbox? Xbox. Okay, what's your go-to jam on Xbox? Fortnite. You know what? I've never played Fortnite. I hear it's big, but I've never played it. We have an Xbox upstairs and a Wii actually. So we're a bunch of old school gamers. And recently, I don't know if you have ever heard of these systems. I got my kid the original Nintendo. So we've been playing Tetris and Donkey Kong. It's been pretty amazing. If you ever have a chance to ask your mom or dad to get you some old school video games, ask them about Sega Genesis and Nintendo. Just food for thought, mom and dad. There's some pretty cool games out there. So there's this one game my kid plays. It's not Fortnite. The guys look like blocks on it. What's that game called?
Minecraft?
Minecraft. That's it. Thank you, Tanner. Have you ever played Minecraft?
I play it with my friends a lot.
Okay, explain this to me. What's cool about Minecraft?
Well, that you can build a house. You can literally make a mansion.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing, right? And so that's I don't get it because the graphics on it aren't the greatest though, but you still like to play it. It's confusing. I'm an old man, I guess. I don't get it. So what about he plays this other game? What's that game that you and your friend love to play?
Battle Cats?
Battle Cats. Have you ever heard of this game called Battle Cats? No. Oh, see, Tanner, you thought you were young, but we got somebody younger, buddy.
Yeah, of course.
It's an app that Tanner and his buddy play on their phone, and it's these cats that battle. It's pretty cool.
You should try it out.
But yeah, I've never heard of it. There's a bunch of like my little man. He's 6 years old, so he keeps me young, and he does all these things that kind of blow my mind. So you're 3 years older than him. I'm definitely going to tell him to start following you. So your page is primarily on Facebook, correct? There's no other places people can find you?
No.
Okay. So we're getting to the end of the show though, but this is where I really want you to promote what you are doing. So where can people find you for one?
Facebook.
Okay. And what are you doing exactly? Repeat it one more time for all the people at home so they can get on board.
Selling toys for the people in the hospital to do stuff while they're in the hospital.
Okay, I love it. And so you pick different items to sell through your Facebook page, and then you and your mom decide, oh, we're going to buy Lego or a puzzle or something, and then you go drop that off at the hospital for people to play with.
Yep.
Cool. And what's the Facebook page called?
Heroic Holden.
One more time, really loud into the mic.
Heroic Holden.
There you go. Okay. Well, everybody at home, definitely. This is a really cool kid. Check him out. I have to say, people have been bragging about you literally for 2 weeks, telling me to get you on the show. So you're definitely making a splash in Fort McMurray. Really like that. I love people who are doing creative things, and what you're doing is super creative, man. So congratulations. That's really nice. So what I want you to do is look into that camera with me, and we're going to tell everybody goodbye, all right? So everybody at home, thank you for tuning in today. We really appreciate it. It's been a great episode. I want to thank this little man for coming, and you sign us out.
See ya.
Peace.
I said this. That's another Mac City Morning Show done.
It's so ballistic! Talk about quenching your ugly thirst.